What's up everybody, Justin here, and I love to watch movies. If you guys love to watch movies too, you guys are in the right spot. And consider hitting that subscribe button down below so you guys don't miss any of my up and coming videos. Today we're going to be talking about the new Disney live action remake of Aladdin, the classic animated movie from the 90s, which was so popular, and it's just a well-loved Disney film. And of course, this day and age, we gotta remake everything, so let's remake Aladdin with Will Smith as the genie. I'm going to be completely honest with you, my expectations for this movie were really low. The first few trailers I saw, I was not impressed with how the genie looked, just because Robin Williams was so perfect as the genie. I wasn't sure if I wanted to welcome someone new to portray the genie. But as the week went on, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was watching the Aladdin movie, and then Return of Jafar, and then The King of Thieves. And then I got a little bit more excited to see this film based on people's reviews. They said it was a really good film. The musical numbers were grand, and it just was a lot of fun. So I was a little bit curious to see this movie, and I wanted to just have some fun. And I came out of this movie, and I had a blast with it. It's a good film. It's not a perfect film at all. For what it is, it's an enjoyable film. Easily the best thing about this movie, and surprise for me, was Will Smith as the genie. Going into it, I was afraid to see the genie in this role. Now, Will Smith does not try to recreate Robin Williams' performance. I felt like Robin Williams' performance was made for him. He was able to be outlandish and crazy and just have fun with it. And Will Smith is a really charismatic actor, so I felt like he was a good pick to play the genie. And he does a good job in his role. He's very upbeat, he's funny. He handles the musical numbers very well. I always forget that he was a musical artist, and he has that upper advantage in this role. The CGI is a little bit iffy for the character at times, but he makes his own genie and he has a lot of fun with it. Now moving on to Aladdin, I thought the actor did an okay job. It wasn't my favorite performance of the whole movie. At times he seemed a little bit awkward. Not as confident as the original Aladdin, but he did handle the street rap moments very well. He did do a good job of playing the prince as well, so he was balancing that street rap moments as well as the prince moments very well. His jokes in the movie seemed to go on for a little bit of time, and they weren't as funny as maybe the movie thought it was going to be. But overall, I thought the performance was good. Naomi Scott in her role as Princess Jasmine, really great. I thought she was awesome in the movie. I loved her as Kimberly in the Power Rangers movie. They took her character, who was a very strong female character in the Aladdin movie, and added a lot more detail to the character, which I did appreciate. I think Princess Jasmine is one of the coolest princess characters that Disney has done. And I loved seeing a little more of her in this movie. And there's a few more songs from Princess Jasmine. One's called Speechless. I thought it worked well for her character. Speaking of the songs, we do get a lot of the original songs like Prince Ali, and then the one in the beginning where he's running around talking about being a street rat. Don't know the name for that one. And then I Can Show You the World, the Magic Carpet Ride song. I think that those musical numbers played well into the film. They were very grand, especially the one by the genie, You'll Never Have a Friend Like Me. I thought it was epic, very visually stunning. I think Will Smith played those scenes out very well. And I felt like I was just having a good time listening to some of these songs that's been stuck in my head all week. And I thought they were well choreographed, especially the one, Prince Ali, and everybody was dancing. It was very colorful, and I think that Guy Ritchie did a good job of just stepping back and letting the musical numbers play out in front of you. Now, the one thing that really irked me about this movie, and I feel like was just the low point of the movie, was Jafar. Jafar is a very menacing villain in the Disney movie, really intimidating. Here in the movie, I don't know if it's the fact that he was a bit younger, he just wasn't menacing to me. I didn't really feel that villainous aspect to the character. He wanted to take over, and he wanted to be the Sultan, and he wanted to be an all-powerful genie, but I never really felt that he was as villainous as we wanted him to be. I thought the actor was fine in the movie, and there was a few scenes from the original Disney Aladdin movie that they opted to not show in this movie, which I thought was a bummer, especially the scene where he turns into a big snake and wraps Aladdin around him. I thought that moment in the movie was very epic, and they chose not to play it, and it was a little bit weak. And also when he turned into a genie at the end of the movie, that was weak as well. So those moments that really could have shined for the character, but they chose not to play those moments, and they took away from that character. And on top of that, he just wasn't very villainous. Overall, Aladdin was a good time. It starts off a little bit dull, but once it starts getting into the genie moments and him becoming a prince and building up the relationship with Princess Jasmine, the film takes off and it's a lot of fun. I was pleasantly surprised with Aladdin. I had really low expectations going into it based off of the trailers, but I think Guy Ritchie did a good job. Everybody did a good job in the role. Jafar wasn't as villainous as I wanted him to be, but overall it's still an enjoyable film for what it is. I'm going to go ahead and give Aladdin a C+. What do you guys think of the new Disney live-action remake Aladdin? Out of the ones that are released this year, Dumbo, which we already had, this, The Lion King, and The Lady and the Tramp coming out in November on the Disney Plus streaming service, Aladdin was the one I was most curious because I wanted to see how certain scenes were going to play out in this movie. I am looking forward to The Lion King, and I'm also looking forward to The Lady and the Tramp. Thank you guys for checking my review for Aladdin. Stay tuned this weekend. I got a ranking video for all 4 of the Disney Aladdin movies from worst to best. My name is JustinWatchesMovies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.